Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to go over my GPU mining and also ASICs. What type of ASICs I use. I mean, it's been a while, probably over a month since the altcoins start, the Bitcoin start pumping, and then altcoins start coming up a little bit just for the last 2-3 weeks, right? So we could see Bitcoin holding up nicely around 100,000. It went all the way to 103, I believe, just about a day ago. Just yesterday it was 103 on December 5th, right? And today, December 6th, it hit 101. So it's holding up around 100,000 right now, and which is kind of nice to see all the way just in a month, all the way from 75. And for the last 3 months, if we go 3 months back, it was like 54,000. And obviously it was probably around 30,000 just a year ago. For the long time it was kind of down between 40 and 30. It dropped at one point almost to 15,000 right here, 16,500. I believe it was a little bit lower than that. It just did not record that on the CoinGecko. Anyways, look at that chart. Look how Bitcoin performing. So that's with that. It's like all other coins start moving. Solana start moving a little bit before that, I believe, right before Bitcoin. So it's interesting to see, and it's not pumping same way. It started a little sooner than that, and it's not going any more further than that. So it's kind of went all-time high 250, 263 on November 23rd, and that's where it is. It's not going much further, unfortunately, although I thought like Solana would be next moving with Ethereum past Bitcoin, right? However, Ethereum actually pumped pretty well. We could see Ethereum went, where is our Ethereum? And Ethereum Classic actually hooked up as well with Ethereum. So Ethereum right now is close to $4,000. Where is it in my list? Right there. It's 4,015. Actually, today went over 4,000 several times. And did it hit all-time highs? No, the all-time highs was 4,800. So we're still below about 800 from the last all-time high in 2021 on November 10th. That's about 3 years ago, right? A little bit over 3 years. So still time. It's still time for 4 years. So I guess it's not there yet. That's just my guess there, but nobody knows. And the alt season should be kind of around the around the corner, hopefully, and the meme coins are pumping as well, like Dogecoin been doing really well, Pepe, and I don't know, Shiba Inu was probably not as good, but it did actually in 3 months. It went almost 3 times, right? Anyways, so what is it related to my mining on GPU and ASICs? So I'm just gonna go over what I have, what I'm mining, just not to make this video super long like always. So let's get to it. So I check usually 3070 cars here on that hashrate.no, and basically I have this right here. I have Aleo is my most profitable coin here. I have it at 18 cents right now, 20 cents, 24 hours right there. Just hate this pictures. I need to zoom in, make it a little bit shorter probably, just so it fits better. All right, just like that. All right, so here you go. It's the 20 cents, 24 hours, 18 cents. AE or A Eternity, it's kind of on the top of the list, but I didn't have any luck with that. Chlor picking up here on this list of the 3070, which is surprising to see. I guess the price of chlor just start popping up as well, and it's also showing that my CMP 100 to 10 supposed to be doing a lot better on chlor than a Leo. Obviously it doesn't show Leo correctly because I have a Leo all the way here negative, which is not true. I can do a lot better. I can do like about what does it show here? It's 0.25 megaproofs, and I can do 0.3 something, right? So, but anyways, besides the point is I need to check the chlor there on my CMP 100 to 10. I guess that's probably going to be a lot better still than a Leo. Even if I do a Leo 20 cents, 30 cents, a lot better, right? So now with Caspa, obviously on ASICs, it's completely different story. With the Dogecoin is on top of the list. All the script miners here on ASICs are Doge script coin miners. The DG, DG1, L9, DG1 Plus, and AlphaPex DG1, the one I have now, doing pretty well. I'm glad that I picked one up about 4 or 6 months ago. The price on it just went up probably about 2,000-3,000 more than I purchased for, so which is great to see. I mean, it's not that bad. Even L7's very profitable, you know. And then AL1, a lithium miner, also pumping up to that list just because of a Leo price recently start going up, right? So now what I do is I basically use my Excel spreadsheet, if you remember that crazy sheet, right? And now what I did to it, I did all these little green boxes, all right? So let me zoom into it so you could see. And it's telling me actually what's per ASIC, like just gonna explain you. So for example, if I'm mining Xelis, right, and I'm mining on 27 GPUs, that's my 3157 power, just right here. Sorry about that. And what does that means? It's basically the power I use, 3157, same amount of power I use for this Cadena miner KA3. So with that in mind, I'm actually getting that 3157 watt or close to 3200 watts, pretty close to all these major ASIC getting. Some of them getting 3300, 3400, but within 3200, it's very close to what I can get on ASIC. And in every green line here, I have all my GPU calculated here. What if I use same amount as one ASIC, right? So 450 is per ASIC. So basically my 16,700 watt that I'm using on the 126 GPU mining Aleo, that is $4.50 if I would use 3157 watt, right? 3,157 watt. So all this calculation, and basically the formula just calculates what how many times I can do that ASIC. So I can do like 5 ASICs on this amount of power, right? And it will be, it's just divide time 5. So I get this 450 is what I can get mining on single ASIC power. So that gives me amount like should I use ASIC or should I use GPU for that amount of power I have available? Because right now I'm pretty much completely out of power. I use all of my available power of the 200 amp panels, and one of them pretty loaded and the other one I can't overload because my main breaker will start tripping going over 120 amp for some reason. Anyways, I keep it under lightly under 100 amp load. The other one I can load up to 150 amp. So still I'm using like almost 250 amp on 240 volts, which is crazy amount of power. And But I have more ASICs, so I need to figure, should I turn any of my ASIC off and or turn my GPUs off, right? And what's most profitable for me to run. So now I can pick and choose, right? Because of some of the coins making a little bit better. So why would I waste my power to get some of the coin that I could probably better buy, right? In a way, or I mean, unless I want to support the network. But unfortunately, like my Caspa, have my Caspa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ASICs right now off. Not that I don't want to support the Caspa, or I don't believe the Caspa can go up, but because it's my lowest, actually you could see that every single one of them, need to put greens there as well, so it's not confusing. All of these are a lot lower than any of my other ASICs. So even my Xelis, so if I look at Xelis, I could do about $2.160 today. So today was a little bit lower. So on Aleo, I am actually doing about $4.50, $4.80 per same amount of power, where I am not even getting that on KS5M. So unfortunately, my KS5Ls, I'm running 2 of these just because I have a little bit of power left. I don't have any other stuff to hook up, so I use this KS5L just to get a little extra Caspa. And you know, believe it or not, I'm only getting like only like 250 roughly, right, Caspa in average a day, and that's a lot lower. And that's mining on 3 ASICs, which is 15, 12, 12, 24, so roughly almost at 30, 40 terahash with some ultra miners as well. So running this amount of ASICs actually does not make any sense now, because yeah, I'm doing 43 terahash and not getting much of the Caspa, only like $10. So it really needs to be a new miner, like 40, 50 terahash. That's gonna make $10 a day, and that's all it is to it, right? Well, actually, it's gonna do a little better because it's not gonna use that huge amount of power, I guess, right? So anyways, that's just my kind of guesstimate. It's probably going to do a lot better, yeah, if you have 40 terahash of a newer ASIC. Somebody going to come up with that amount of hash rate, that's going to be a profitable ASIC then. Or Caspa needs to go a lot higher, which I do believe it's still kind of low, 17 cents. It did pretty good today, 17 almost and a half cents, but it's still kind of low. So with that in mind, I'm just checking my stuff. The Aleo is actually, out of all the icerivers, I think Aleo is the most, I mean, not Aleo, Alpha, Lithium miners are most profitable, the AL2. So would be AL3. Now, my overclocked actually halfway profitable because it's not very efficient on the amount of power it's using, but it's still very profitable. It would be doing $13 if I use same amount of power as my ASIC for 3100 watts, right? If I use AL2, I would make $27 if I use 6 of the ASICs, right, to use 31 or 3200 watts. So that's how I determine what's the best of my miners, and I could keep some of them mining, some of them I could shut off. Now, Xelis was looking like getting better, but it actually started going lower. It was a lot better performing just about, I think a day ago, but the price of Xelis actually started, well, I should say declining a little bit. Let me see, what is it today? Yeah, it's 9:30 from 11, so it did actually drop a little bit today. So we don't have the same amount what we've done just in a few days ago, unfortunately. So, however, Dodge is keeping pretty good price, still over 43 cents, which makes the Dodge most profitable. So it's $30 here on one single DG1 I'm doing, almost $30 a day. And it's been pretty consistent, like $30, 33, 31, 29, 29, so 90. So very close to $30. I think average here in 5 days, it is $31. So, and that's after power of 12 cents. So that minus $9.81 that I'm burning in electricity. So that's just a clear profit. It's, I mean, clean profit, not revenue. So all these numbers are profits. So I could see like what amount I should get to. Just give me idea here, all these numbers, right? Like octa miners, I mean just miners. If I use same amount, my just miner X16Q is actually on $10. It's a lot better than Caspa. Not as good as the DG1, and it's similar to KA1. That's Kadena miner now is doing pretty well as well with the Kadena price going up. What is the Kadena today? Kadena is $1.78 now, so it's a pretty good jump there. It would be nice to buy Kadena probably months ago, Kadena coin. But anyways, I have mined some coins and I start mining again because it is profitable. Now it's doing $10 a day, and that's after power again. So it's actually doing $19 or $20 a day before power. So what else? What else is the efficient? So now Leo is not actually as good. If we look at the amount of power, we're only making $4.50 on these 3200 watts. So it's not as good as DG1 or KA3, and AL2 even doing a lot better. So that's the miners I want to make sure running first. Even my AL0s overclocked are doing a lot better, but 2 times more than 450, right? But then if I compare to my Caspa, that's very, very disappointment. All my Caspa mining KSM, KS5Ls are below that 450, so doing worse than my GPU. So I would rather mine, that's why I'm turning off all my KS5Ls. As much as I love Caspa, I would rather buy it probably. At this point of time, I mean, I'm collected pretty good bag of it, so I'm still kind of getting a little bit of Caspa, and I want to support the network. So I keep some miners, keep some Ultra on my solar, still running pretty well there. So what else? I mean, yeah. RX0 Radiant miners is doing very bad today. Actually, today it was doing about $5. Prior days was $13. The Radiant rewards was a lot higher. I don't know why it's. I need to look at the network, see what's going on with the Radiant. Actually, I don't like it at all. Let's take a look at my Radiant right here. What do we have? This is Caspa. Caspa network being hash rate being pretty much stable for the last, I want to say for the last a month almost, right? Yeah, close to a month. So Radiant network hash rate, well, I don't want to say it jumped too high, you know, for it's almost didn't change for entire months. So I have no clue why Radiant profitability just went so low. I have no clue. RX0, where are you? Right here. So what am I supposed to get? I'm supposed to get 641 RX0s here on 260. Now I overclocked it, so it's supposed to be per miner. I'm supposed to get close to 800. It should be 1600. Something not right. Probably a pool. Probably hum pool was something with the hum pool today. Yeah, because usually it's getting a lot better now, at least $5 a day. So something really wrong with the hum pool today. That's what kind of give me alert here. So I need to check if the pool not working properly. It's actually K1 pool. I switched to K1 pool, guys, so I'm not sure. And it didn't. It's saying I'm supposed to get 2300 of Radian. So it's a total lie. And I got 800. Are you serious? Saying 2500 and I only got 1200. So yeah, there something with K1 pool, guys, really going on. I don't know if I should switch to hum pool to my miners and just to compare the rate. You know, to be honest, it looks to me that something not calculating right. 43,633 when I just was doing this calculation, or it just, yeah, something not very good for for Radian mining there. So anyways, it doesn't give me a great numbers here, but regardless, we can just skip Radian today's, but before today it was doing pretty well, and so did Lithium. Lithium is showing pretty good numbers on all of my AL0s and AL2 compared to the ASIC power use, you know, like $15 for AL0s, and AL2 is $31 and $27 today. What it means, it's not for AL2 alone, it's if I use same amount of power as the ASIC 3200 watt, that means 6 units, and this one would be whatever the amount of 500 as well. So it would be, yeah, also 6 units, but I do mine double of lithium here on AL2 because of my power efficiency here on AL2 better than overclocked units. All right, I hope that makes sense. Anyways, what else? Yeah, Caspa, basically 7 miners shut off, everything off right now on the Caspa except just 3 miners. So I'm getting small amount, really just about 221 Caspa today, 271 yesterday, roughly about 250 a day, right, in average. GPU is a lot better, so otherwise I would turn down all this GPU if it's not going to be profitable and turn back my Caspa miners just to have a little bit, you know. And there is a spike, so don't forget on the Caspa network, however, we do have a pretty good days once in a while. So if we go back here and check the those spikes, so every time we have transaction per second kind of going, if you go to community tool here and we open the Caspalytics, you could see those spikes. So every time it goes like to 500 transaction per hour, 500,000, you know, 200, 300, and we see a large amount of these hours being on the higher transaction per hour rate, we get a pretty good, a decent extra rewards. But yeah, well, recently it's not doing very, very high on transaction per hour. That's, I mean, per second. That's why we see a little decline in here, like only 10 transactions per second. So every time it goes like to 100 to 50 transactions per second, 100 transactions per second, we see those spikes and we get better rewards. So yes, with Caspa now it's a little different game. It's not the same. It's not just a network hash rate and the rewards, you know, emission schedule. That's we just recently have yesterday a reduction, another reduction on the, and now we're getting only 73 Caspa per block, right? So the reward being, and next one is going to be 69. So always going to drop. So the only thing is helping now is those transactions per second, all right? So I guess that's pretty much it for this video. That's how I figure like my numbers here. So my Ethereum Classic is doing pretty well, a lot better than GPU. Even my E9 Pros, 2 of these guys, and my Just Miners X41U doing better than Caspa miners. That's why I allocate more power to these guys, because I'm doing, you know, at least 342 per ASIC, $3.42, where, yeah, my CASP only 65.52 cents. Even with the spikes, $3 to 97, still less than my Ethereum Classic doing, right? So Ethereum Classic networks start popping up as well, so we're gonna probably see reduction, a little bit lower rewards here as soon as the network goes up, the hash rate on Ethereum Classic. So anyways, I hope for the price of Ethereum Classic still have a lot to grow. If we look like last all-time highs was $30 or something like that, we're still like $38. We still like need to go about 3 times, at least 3 to 4 times to reach all-time high. So it's nice to see that I have a lot of this in the blue and in the green. Before I had all of them in the red. I think I explained how this formula works in this table right here. It's basically switching all my blue stuff is where I put review when I want to sell the coins, or actually check them up and see if I made enough profits to sell some of it. So I was putting, like, for Bitcoin 90,000, that was like about 3 months ago, and look at, it's already in blue and it's over 100,000. Same for Solana, was $230. That's when I was gonna check it out. Even Ethereum is like, I had 3,800. It was so long time was in the red and then in the green, and now it's all this in the blue. That's actually reached out my goals, some of my goals, and actually exceed them, so I can review and see if I can collect some profits or on any of these coins, or just set my new goals, maybe for 4,200 now for Ethereum and 110,000 for Bitcoin. I want to see Solana like going to $260. So, but anyways, that's where I purchased at, and it gives me a good kind of sense when it's in the red. I know that I am actually below where I mine. I started to mine at $3, so I'm actually like very much below, halfway below on the Leo. Lithium, what, at 260, so it's $2. So it's all this red stuff still is, that means that I am still losing on all of these coins that are in the red. But all in the green, it means it's already higher than what I purchased for, or what I start mining at for. So very nice to see a lot of green, a lot of blue coming up. Only a few still in the red zone, which needs to be a lot higher, you know, in my opinion. Like lithium needs to go over $2, $2.60, I believe. A Leo over $3 at least, right? And then Zealous needs to be over $20. So again, there is still a lot of room for some of these coins. Now, some of the coin went so much lower. Like Carlson is like still 90% down, 94% down. Some other coins like Cedra is like 91% down. Iron 74% down. So a lot of this coin still low, like Bagna, even BGA, it's still very low. I mined for a little bit, and I'm kind of hoping for Bagna coin also popping up soon, maybe next year. Anyways, that's my strategy here. Let me know, guys, in the comments below how you allocate your power. What are you mining? Are you just stepping in for the project, regardless it's profitable or not, or how do you figure out your power consumption and what you mine? This is just only mine. I don't recommend doing anything like that. I just showing you how I am calculating, and I figure it's easier for me when I use the ASIC standard, because I have a lot of ASICs now, those 3200 watts ASICs or 3300 watts, so it's pretty close to 32. So it kind of gives me idea is like, hey, if I shut down these GPUs and I have another DG1, I would definitely do DG1, right? Because it's $30 versus $450 per ASIC. I would turn amount of power to free 3200 watts to put another ASIC on, or 3300 watts, because it would be a lot more profitable. Even if I have Kadena miner, it's better for me the K83 to run than my GPU still, right? But I believe the GPU is still way to go up higher in profits here, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you like it. Click the like button, consider subscribing to my channel, and we'll see you on the next one.